Hi BookTube, it's Stephanie, and today I'm going to share with you my January TBR and my game for these videos. Now obviously this is not a new thing, it has been done many a times before. One of the most famous one is Cody's Wheel of TBR. That was basically how this started. Then obviously we have Becca's Bookopoly, that this is also inspired by. But I was really, for myself, I was really wondering what I wanted to do, because they were like, oh, I like this game. And I was like, well, yeah, I like Monopoly as well. And I like the wheel idea, but they're not like favorites. And I kept on thinking, okay, but what's my favorite game? And it's Labyrinth. It's definitely one of my favorite games. But how do you make Labyrinth into a TBR game? So I was like, no, can't do it. And then I saw like March last year or February, I don't really remember. Her name or her channel name is Simone XO & Co. She hasn't posted for a really long time, but she made a Clue. I'm so close to say Cluedo, but she made a Clue inspired TBR game, and I was like, you can make Labyrinth into a TBR game. Just try it. So this has been in the works since like April, May, something like that. And you have probably seen this in the background, because I have been playing it in the background. Not that I've actually chosen a TBR with the help of this one, because I was going to start it way earlier than I did, but then I stopped reading, kind of. So I didn't really feel like it was time. So now when it's a new year, let's just try it and see what I feel about it. So yeah, and this one, this scares me way more than it should, except not, because I've seen the only one who has good luck with the games for January is Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. No one else has had luck with their TBR games for January. So I'm like, great. But yeah, so for this I also have dice, because it felt in this game there is 24 cards, and all these cards have different prompts, except 5 of them are connected to different die. And once I get one of those, I will need to roll a die. And I will tell you more about the rules and stuff once I tilt the camera down. So, unfortunately, this is how it will need to be, and please don't fall down again. I do have one of those like good cameras, but the audio quality on that one, I had completely forgotten why I haven't used that one. So no, we will not use it, which means webcam, and I can't angle it as much as I would like, because then it would fall down. It has done so twice. So here we go. So let's just start by setting up the board. So every time when I do this, this will already be done, because I refuse to try to speed it up. I have tried it numerous times when I have been editing, but my editing program don't like it. So I will just randomly place things down. So you will basically just have to trust me. But yeah, so I will just finish this, which I'm soon at, so I'll be back like that. And in this game, nope. And in this game you will have one left over, which is what you will push the rows with, so that you can move your token around. So to just start with some basics around the cards. Now, I did mention die, and I do have, well, technically I have 7 die. One of them is a d20, and this one is my punishment die. If I do not succeed in fulfilling all the prompts, the next time I will need to roll this once. I will not roll this according to how many prompts I get, because when I play this game I have had 20. No way. So yeah, this one is the punishment die, and also it can also come into play in one more circumstance, which I will talk about a little bit later. And then we have these. These die are connected to 5 of the cards. So I will just quickly go through the cards. So it didn't really work that well when I was sitting down, so we will see if it works better. So these 3 first cards, so we have an owl, the fairy, and the knight's helmet. They are connected to the D4, D8, and the D12, and they are the genre die. So when if I get one of these cards, I will roll that die, and then what genre it comes up, I need to find a book that has that genre. Now, the D4 is the one that has the most general genres, so we are talking fantasy, science fiction, non-fiction, and then other. And then these 2 are more specific. So, for instance, I know that the knight's helmet on the top of my head has, for instance, portal fantasy or travel to another world. So, yeah, those are the genre cards. Then we have the map, and this one is for the D6, and if I get the D6 I will roll it, obviously, and a number will then correspond to a continent in which the book I pick for it needs to either be an author from that continent or that the book takes place on that continent. Then we have the map. This is connected to the percentile dice, or die, which are these 2. Yes. Oh, I'm in focus this time. I tried to do this already. So if I get the map, I will automatically get 2 prompts, because each of these dice are connected to like a separate table, so I do not have 100 different prompts for these 2. So if I get the map, I will roll these and then look at shot and have them separately. This one, that's 0 to 9, is more about the physical aspect of the book, and 0 is no prompt, and 9 is a book over 500 pages. So I'm looking forward to that one, obviously. And then this one has more to do with feelings or sentences, I guess. If I get this, I will tell you what the prompts are. But the 00 is no prompts, and 90 is a book over 500 pages. Lovely. So let's just quickly go through the other prompts without probably too much explanation, hopefully. So we have the rat, which is rat or mouse, depending on. And this one will be translated from a language that's not English or Swedish. There we go. The spider is a sequel. The genie or the jinn is not inspired by Western culture. Paranormal is the bat, which, let's face it, that makes sense. The troll is that I have to read a book in Swedish. Oop. Then we have the golden ring. This is a subscription box book. And the book, let's face it, you already know what this will stand for. A book over 500 pages. Dragon is for fantasy. The candlestick, it has a fancy name. I do not know how to pronounce it. I know how to spell it. This is for my pile of shame. So a book that I have previously had on a to be read. Then we have the scarab. This is for sci-fi. I was running out of cards that I thought suited things. So it's blue, sky, sci-fi. Then we have the Emerald. This is a book that I was really excited for when I got it, but then never read. The Sword is middle grade. The Salamander is a book I've not heard about on BookTube. And then we have the Treasure Chest, which is a BookTuber favorite or just favorite in general. So that could be, for instance, the Da Vinci Code. Then we have The Crown, which is graphic novel, comic or manga. Skull and Bones, a veteran on my shelf. The Keys are thriller or mystery. The Ghost is classic. And then the Money Pouch is recent purchase. So as for the rules, I am allowed to combine prompts however I want to. So I can combine a classic with a recent purchase, and I can recent purchase and veteran doesn't really fit, but I can combine 10 prompts if I want to into one, if I manage to find a book that can do that. That's fine. What I can't do is combine the same prompt in a die roll with a card. And with that I mean that if I, for instance, get the book, which is a book over 500 pages, and I have rolled with, let's say that this one came up on 9, which I know is 500 pages. That means that I have to pick 2 books with more than 500 pages. But if I get both of these, so on 90 and 9, these I can combine. That's completely fine. The only die I can't combine with anything is the D20, because yes, the 9 here is also book over 500 pages. I wanted to make it easy for myself. I know exactly when I have been stupid, but yeah, so technically I could get 3 books in one game that is over 500 pages, which would be lovely. Now, I don't really know if that made much sense, but please just ask me down below. But now, obviously, if I play this on my own completely, which I will, but we will get to that, it would be weird, because how would I know when to end? And the idea is that I am this token, because green is my favorite color, and then I have an opponent, which is still myself. I am not allowed to be nice per se, because I still need to I can't be nice. I can't be like, oh, I can get to that square. I don't have any other cards to pick from that, but I will pretend I can't see that. It might happen that I don't see something, but that's not the goal of this. The goal is to, when I'm me, which is the green one, I will try to reach my tokens as fast as I can to fulfill my cards. And when I'm yellow, I'm going to do the same. So the way this will work is that I will pick out cards. 3 for this one and 9 for this one. So let us just do that. I'll just mix these first. I feel like it's important that you see that I don't cheat. So yeah. So 3 cards for me, so to speak. There we go. And yeah, I wish that I could have the camera closer. I really can't. I'm so sorry. And then, okay, I need to move you. Let's move. Can I move you there? Yes. Okay. Good. So yeah. There we go. So, and they will be here like that, because I might need them Now, the way this game will work is not really how it works in reality, because that would be way too complicated. But my goal is basically to get to these 3 tokens as fast as I can. I am allowed to, if I could, actually I can. Okay, that's okay. I will go to that later. It was not planned. Yes, an easy month. Whatever. And as you can see, I have here 3 of them. I will need to reach them. Now, in the real rules for this game, that sounds weird. For adults, they recommend that if these were my cards, I would not see them, and I would turn one up. See this? Need to reach this one. Then I would be able to look at my next card and continue. Now, that would make this game take way too long, because I can play this game and it can be done in less than 5 minutes, which is basically the goal. So yeah, we'll see. And as I said, I'm allowed to go to how many I want. So let's just get started. Well, I know already, because yeah, first month, easy, maybe, it depends, because now I get to that. Oh, I forgot. These ones might, if I need to pass one of these, that is when I need to add another card. So another prompt will be added if I need to bypass these spaces. So it's a bit of a game, so to speak, with that as well. So that's the first one. I'm going to travel around, get the fairy and the salamander. That was not planned. It's brilliant. So let's see, what do I want to do now? I think I will do this, because then I can get to the keys, which will add that prompt. Now, let's see, there is no, I could get that one, or I could get that one, and that one and that one, or that one. Yeah, that's what, as I said, I'm not being nice to myself. Well, that's probably pretty nice because it's a graphic novel. And that one. And now me again. And the thing is, I have to move. I can't not move a tile. So let's just go back home. Yes. So these are the prompts that I need to fulfill. So let's go through them. Oh, right. I forgot to say that another way for me to need to roll the d20, which I said earlier that I would tell you about, would be if I had managed for the yellow, which unfortunately has happened when I try this, get all of these and the yellow gets back home first, I will need to roll the d20. Which I'm really happy I don't have to today. So let's just go through the prompts. So I need to read a sci-fi, a graphic novel, comic or manga, a fantasy, a mystery thriller, some book that I have not heard about on BookTube. I need to roll the d8, which I will do, and then a favorite book or a BookTuber favorite. Okay, so let's roll the d8 first to see what genre I will get from that. So here's the d8, and I just realized that my sheet paper is all the way over there, so that's great. Oh crap, there we go, now you can see the tray. 2, let's see what that is for prompt. Whoop. Well, I'm not happy, because it's, as you might see here, the d8 number 2 is mystery, crime or thriller. And remember when I said that I can't combine a die roll with a card? Yeah, I've got 2 mystery thriller books to look forward to. I don't read that kind of book normally. Excellent. So now I just need to pick out my TBR, which, lovely. I'm, ugh. So, my first ever TBR game, and I am bending the rules already. Lovely, ain't it? So, by the way, you do not want to know how long time this took. Holy crap, it was ridiculous. Like, wow. Okay, so the first book will fulfill the prompts: a mystery / thriller and not heard about on BookTube, and that is Glass Town by Stephen Saville. This I got in a Page Habit box for fantasy, which I still don't really get. And it's about a missing actress who 2 brothers were in love with, and she disappears in 1924. Yeah, 1924. And yeah, and it was a crime, and our descendants are now trying to figure out, because he's now entering Glass Town, which is where she was missing. This is a subscription box book, so it's good that I read it, but yeah, I've not heard anyone talk about it, so I have no idea if it's good or not. I know that my head is probably covering that up, but I don't care. As I said, it took way too long. So let's see, next one. Where's the card? There it is. Science fiction. I can't go through this if I don't read some non-fiction. So I have here Making the Monster, the science behind Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So this is by Catherine Harkup. This is a non-fiction in which the author talks about how the culture and things like that during the, well, it's before the Elizabethan time, no, wow, Victorian time. I watched too much CosTube. Is it CosTube it's called? But yeah, and yeah, how did she come up with the idea for Frankenstein? It's science fiction. It's about science fiction, how it started. I'm counting it because I need all the help I can get. Mostly because of the plain fact that I was not expecting to read any of it. So then we have, for comic book, graphic novel and manga, fantasy, and a favorite on BookTube or in general. And for that I have My Hero Academia by Kohei Horikoshi. This is a very popular series. The manga anime is also really popular, and I'm not actually sure if I want to continue reading it. I'm reading a lot of fan fiction for it, and I'm pleased and happy with that. I might continue, I might not, but let's face it, the amount of things I've been spoiled for, because I just read fan fiction, and that's the thing, you know, you will be spoiled for things. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I have this one. And then to the last book, which I technically could also use the fantasy one for, because I am allowed to switch out the book during the month. It does not matter, as long as the prompts get fulfilled, it counts. But I do have one mystery left, and I don't care. As I said, I'm going to bend the rules immediately. I'm going to read my E-arc. So I have The Counselor by E.J. Beaton. I have no idea why I said E.E.G. I think I said in my video the first time. Whatever. That is a fantasy book in which the queen has been murdered and magic is suspected, and we are following the main character, who was a friend of this queen, and she gets the task of being the counselor, in which she needs to pick a new ruler. But at the same time, she is trying to solve the mystery of her best friend's murder and starts to fall more and more in love with power. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm counting it. And I can tell you this, of the books that I had wanted to read, well, The Counselor I really wanted to read, none of these were on my I want to read you. So yeah, but at least it's 4 books. Oh, and I'm still reading Labyrinth and Wakes because, yeah. And I'm also reading Gods of Jade and Shadow. It's somewhere. I just piled everything when it fell down this second time. I was like, okay, everything needs to go. Whatever. We'll see. Please. I'm hoping that this goes well. Obviously, this is the first video. This is the long version because I need to explain things. But yeah, please tell me what you thought about the game, and definitely if you have any questions, please ask them down below. But yeah, wish me luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye.